what's up, you guys? This is Rob, usually from The Gay Guy Plays, but today we are instead on my second channel, and that's mainly because of the fact that I've been getting a lot of questions about the diet that I'm currently on. As you guys know, I've been on this for less than a month. We're actually on our 4th week now, and I am down 14 pounds already. So, I wanted to go ahead and introduce you to the ketogenic diet. But before we jump into this, I do want to make a little bit of a note. While I am on a ketogenic diet, it's more of a way of eating as opposed to like a weight loss thing. On ketosis, you will end up losing some weight just by the way it naturally works, but I'm also cutting calories and I'm also heading to the gym at least 5 days a week. So keep that in mind. Now, for everybody who's not sure exactly what a ketogenic diet is or what it is about being in ketosis that is so amazing, let's go ahead and jump straight into that. Okay, so you're gonna have to bear with me because this is going to sound very strange when I say it. It's because we've been conditioned to think certain ways, and I'm gonna need you to like pause your way of thinking before we jump into this because you're gonna be like, Rob, you're crazy. But a ketogenic diet is basically high fat, moderate protein, and little to no carbs. Now, everybody's like, you're on a diet and you want high fats? What the hell is going on with your brain there? Well, basically, what your body does is if it becomes deprived of carbs, it's like, hey, bitch, where my carbs at? I'm trying to run your body. I'm trying to pump blood in your system. I'm trying to let you breathe and play goddamn video games. Where my carbs, right? So after your body is like, okay, this bitch ain't giving us no carbs, we gotta do something. So your body actually kind of adapts and starts producing something that is called ketones. And so ketones actually are, I guess, an acid. I read it somewhere. It's the internet. I just believe whatever they tell me. And basically what happens is these ketones go through and start using your fat as your energy. So instead of burning through carbs for your energy, you're burning through fats as your energy. And that is one of the reasons why they promote high fat. Now, in my current session, I'm doing like moderate fat, moderate protein, like little to no carbs. Because, you know, whether it's fat on the plate or fat on your face, it's gonna burn it, right? That's what I'm trying to slim down. That's the whole point of this. So that's the basics of a ketogenic diet, and I try to keep it very simple and not too complicated. For those of you guys who are interested in getting into a ketogenic diet, really what you need to take a look at is your carb intake. You want to keep your carb intake lower than 20 grams a day. And to give you an idea of what lower than 20 grams a day means, a Pop-Tart, one Pop-Tart is 36 grams of carbs. That's right. You can't even have a whole Pop-Tart on this. And if you do have like half a Pop-Tart, you might have like 2 carbs left to eat for the rest of your day. Now that seems absolutely terrible. However, there are some amazing foods that you can use to substitute, and there are some really awesome brands that are out there right now really giving you some foods for your cravings. But let's move along from that subject and move into exactly why I would give up Pop-Tarts when I literally have like 4 boxes of them in my cupboard right now. Okay, so I know that some of you guys are probably like, Rob, you're crazy. You have a cupboard full of Pop-Tarts and you're not going to eat them. No, unfortunately, I cannot, because I am really devoted to the ketogenic diet right now. I want to actually turn it into a lifestyle and not so much a diet. And mainly because of the fact that there are so many good benefits to it. And it's one of those things that you can literally like feel within the first week. You're like, what is happening? So what has been reported is that it's good for people with type 2 diabetes. It can reduce seizures in people with epilepsy. It decreases inflammation, which tends to lead to like acne, arthritis, eczema, psoriasis. As you guys know, one of my friends is actually on this diet. Actually, several of them are on this diet. And one of them is like, damn, my skin is looking really, really good. And this is not a person that would usually like think about their skin or really like take a look at their skin or like really inspect themselves. But the thing about it is, it's kind of like when your body's changing and you notice something, you're like, oh, I didn't think that that was a thing. But yes, it will actually go ahead and decrease inflammation so that your skin can even look better. And bitch, listen, if it means that I can wear less makeup, hell yes, I will take that. So it helps with psoriasis as well. It helps prevent heart disease and some types of cancer. And I'm like, that sounds why do I not want that in my life? I definitely want that in my life. I'm going to go ahead and leave some links down in the description box below so you guys can check out kind of like all of the studies that are linked to this, because again, I'm not a doctor. You know, I don't want to prescribe this to you for your type 2 diabetes. Bitch, go to your doctor for that shit. But I do want to kind of link you guys to some studies that are being shown out there for the health benefits of being on a ketogenic diet. However, while, you know, I didn't really have psoriasis or eczema or anything like that, I do have to say one of the big benefits is the absolute boost in energy you get. Like, you feel so productive, and this is also a downside. So, you know that 2:30 p.m. feeling where you're like, oh, my day is just going on. I'm so tired. I don't want to deal with this. You don't get that. That's just not a thing. In addition to that, after you eat your meals, I remember before eating a meal and just wanting to pass out. And because of the fact that I get to work from my home, I can literally have lunch, pass out, and then get back to work maybe an hour later. And that's a nice benefit for working at home, but at the same time, that doesn't really lead to a lot of productivity. And what I find on a ketogenic diet is I just have like the gas to keep going and going and going. And also after I eat my meals, I feel light. I don't feel like heavy. And I know that sounds crazy when I said I just ate a big ass steak, or I just had like all of these tacos, and legitimately you would think that I would feel like crap. And previous to this, when I was eating carbs, I definitely felt like crap. But I've been having a lot of energy, which I'm really, really loving, and it's really helping me to motivate myself and get to the gym and work out. The only thing I do have to say is that there is a bit of a side effect to that. I have a lot of energy, and I think I might have a little too much energy because I used to be able to just knock out and go to bed. Unfortunately, on this ketogenic diet, I do have a little bit of restlessness and a little more insomnia. I've never suffered from insomnia in my life, but there are some times where I'm like, boop, I'm up at like 3 a.m. I'm like, it's time to do something. I must do something. And I've tried to fight it, and I've tried to lay in bed and do absolutely nothing. But I've kind of given into it, and I'm like, well, we could work on a video. Well, you know, we could farm some kuva. We could do something with this time. And then I'll actually play around a little bit, play a little bit of Warframe or play another video game. And then at about like 5 a.m. I'll be like, all right, now we're tired. Let's go back to sleep and let's take a nap until like 8 a.m. So that's kind of been one of the weird patterns. There is also something that I do need to caution you guys about. I can't say it's really caution because it's something that kind of happens to everybody. Well, not everybody. A lot of people that do a ketogenic diet is within their first week or their second week, they'll actually get hit with something called the ketogenic flu. And the keto flu can be rough for some people. Like I'd mentioned earlier, one of my friends went through it and he was nauseous. He was not feeling well. It was just blah. But after you get through that milestone, everything is clear sailing, and it really feels, I feel better than I have felt in a long time. And not only do I feel better, I also feel more motivated, which is really, really big when you're working from home and you are your boss. Because, you know, if you've ever had to be somebody else's boss, sometimes you got to crack the whip. But when you're your own boss, you're like, well, I'll let you get away with that this once. But now on the ketogenic diet, I'm like, boom, 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 boom. We've got shit we got to do. We've got shit we got to accomplish. Go, Rob, go. And I'm definitely loving that effect of being on this diet. Now, because we're talking about the whole diet process, we definitely need to talk about macros. This is something that you're going to hear on every keto channel out there. Macros, macros, macros. No, not macaroni. No, not macaroons. Get your head out of the gutter and back into the diet session. Macros are basically kind of like a measurement of what you should be eating in a day. There are tons of macro calculators out there, and I'll actually go ahead and link a couple down in the description box below. And that's mainly because I think a lot of people say that, you know, macro calculators are all a little bit different. They're going to ask you about your age, your height, your weight, your lifestyle, whether you work out at the gym, and all of that kind of stuff. And they'll all kind of factor into what your numbers are. Now, you're going to see numbers for protein, you're going to see numbers for fat, you're going to see numbers for calories. There's going to be a lot of information there, and it can be a little bit overwhelming when you first start out. So, I'm gonna be honest now, because you guys know I'm a real bitch and I gotta get you in on everything that I've been doing. I don't really pay attention to my macros. There are only two numbers that I really care about, and that is my caloric intake and my carb intake. I am scary when it comes to carbs. I'm like, you got one carb, you're not worth one carb. Get the hell out of here. I don't need you in my life. I'm like, oh, I see you over there. Oh, I can make you with some liquid sweetener. I don't need your fake carb. No, I'm okay. I'm okay off of that. So I do become a little bit of a carb Nazi, as they would say. I will always keep it under 20 grams of carbs. And the one thing that I do have to point out is that everybody's body is a little bit different, but I have been getting results on keeping my body under 20 net carbs. And then the other macro that I pay attention to is caloric intake. As you guys know, I am on a diet and I'm definitely in it to drop weight. Like I had said before, while the ketogenic diet is a way of life and it's a way of producing ketones that will burn fat in your body, if you eat an excess amount of fats and protein and calories, what's going to end up happening is your body still has to burn through all those calories in order to burn and then start burning the fats in your bodies, right? So you got to think about it this way, like it's been said over and over, whether it is on a plate or on your face, you got the fat that's going to be burnt off. So everything that's going to be burnt off from the plate is going to happen first, and then it's going to be your face. So, you know, they have all of these like numbers and whatnot. And I'm like, I'm just going to take a look at my calories, make sure that I'm not overeating with the amount of calories that I have and staying under 20 grams of carbs so I can stay in ketosis. So that's basically the way that I run my macros, and I know that there are some people out there that are probably cringing and hardcore keto people, but for those of you guys just starting out keto, I don't want you guys to get overwhelmed. I want you guys to keep things simple, and after you become more fluent with the keto diet and you become more knowledgeable about what your body likes, what your body doesn't like, what your body needs, what your body doesn't need, then go deeper into macros and start like really number crunching on how much protein you need, how much fats you need. We'll get into that, and maybe hell, we'll even do it on the channel at some point where I'll go ahead and break down my macros and we'll figure out what I should actually be eating when it comes to proteins and fats, because it's definitely not something that I've myself have personally addressed. I'm like, I see numbers, all I really care about these calories and these carbs. All right, moving along. All right, so we talked about the things that you couldn't eat. So a lot of sugary things, if you're into like sugar sodas, just don't do that. If you're into fruits, I know that sounds crazy, don't eat an insane amount of fruits. It's really, really popular on ketogenic diets to eat small amount of berries, but not go overboard, because yes, fruits have natural sugars, and natural sugars are carbohydrates. So you have to be very, very aware of that. You also can't have like cakes or donuts, but there are solutions to that. So it's a lot of the bready things and also a lot of the starchy things. So stay away from potatoes, even though sweet potatoes are really delicious. You gotta watch it. And there are even some vegetables out there where you have to be careful. You can't eat that, no bananas, because bananas are a fruit. Are they a fruit? Wait, hold on. The fruit police are going to come through and I'm not going to know if it's the truth. But anyway, bananas are something, and they have sugar and they have starch, and that's just a big double no-no. So no bananas. It's okay, because I hated bananas to begin with. But the things that you can have tons of meat, you can have tons of cheese, you can have butter, and you can have a lot of like low carb options. There's tons out there right now, and I've become a big fan of certain brands. You can get Quest bars, which are very, very similar to Power bars. Like per bar, it's only 4 grams of carbs. You do have to keep in mind that you only get, 5 allotments of those a day. You can't have more than that. But they're a nice, like, sweet prepackaged option that can kind of help you soften the blow to your sweet tooth. Also, there are certain brands out there. One of my favorites is called No Foods, so you can visit them at nofoods.com. They have amazing, oh my god, my eyes just got so big, but they have amazing chocolate chip waffles, 4 grams of carbs, okay? 4 grams of carbs. You can have butter on that because, of course, you want fats in a ketogenic diet, so you can put butter all over it. And then, of course, there are, actually, I have one at my desk right now. Yes, that's right. I have carb-free, sugar-free pancake syrup, and it tastes basically like pancake syrup. There's really very little difference, and when it's mixed in with the waffle and the butter, it's still dead on. It's one of my favorite things like in my life right now. And in fact, if you guys want, maybe I can do a little bit of review for No Foods for you guys, because I did try out a lot of their stuff. And there are definitely some hits, there are definitely some misses, but I mean, in their case, you know, they've got cookies, they've got a really good, I think like every cookie that I've had from them is really, really good. They have this kind of like, bread bar kind of thing that's also low carb. All of these are like 4 grams of carbs or less. It's absolutely nuts. I'm probably gonna order some breadsticks from them because I like to make pizza dip. Yes, that's right. For everybody out there who's like, I have to give up all of my carbs. Well, guess what? You get pizza dip instead, which basically is kind of like you get some spicy pizza sauce, you layer in some pepperoni, you put some Parmesan cheese in, and then you go ahead and put more sauce and more pepperonis, and then on the top you put a whole bunch of cheese, and then you go ahead and dip yourself in there. You can dip pepperoni slices in there. You can dip Parmesan crisps in there. Oh my God, it's fantastic. I love it, I love it, I love it. Also, a lot of the things out there that you're like, oh, I gotta give X, Y, and Z up, you just gotta be a little creative. Last week, I made fried chicken. That's right, I made fried chicken. I can't have normal breading on fried chicken, but you know what I can do? I can crush up some pork rinds, get some egg on those chicken thighs, and I can go ahead and crust them up and make fried, crispy, fried, crunchy chicken. It was so good because I used spicy pork rinds too. Oh my God, delicious. And then on top of that, I can make what is it called? Lettuce leaf tacos? Or not even lettuce leaf. What is it? Romaine leaf tacos? So basically you just get like a leaf of lettuce and you fill it with freaking taco meat, because meat is okay. Put some sour cream, put some cheese. If you're willing to give up a couple extra carbs, you can put on some pico de gallo and just have it. Just eat it like a taco. The same thing you could do for burgers. I actually made a burger the other week because I had like leftover like cheese sticks, because I was like, oh, I'm hardened to ketosis. By the way, if you need an easy snack, grab some cheese sticks. Those are always good. But I took some leftover cheese sticks and I mushed a burger around them and I fried them. It's like a mozzarella stick, but with a burger on the outside. Delicious. Wrap that up in a lettuce leaf. You are all good to go. You guys can tell that I really like lettuce leaves because this week I'm actually making chicken salad, and I'm going to be putting it in a little lettuce leaf, and it's going to be absolutely delicious. So there are certain things that you do have to give up, but if you get creative, you can make some amazing food. Like I had chicken parmigiana like the other week, like I just made a big old batch of chicken parmesan, and it was absolutely delicious. So like for breakfast, I have like a waffle, and you can have bacon with that fucking waffle. Oh my God, put some bacon with the waffle and you dip it in to the, oh, so good. And then for lunch, you know, you have some, what do you call this? You have like some chicken parmesan, and for some dinner, you have yourself a little burger cheese stick. Dip it into some like sugar-free ketchup and you're all good. So there are a lot of delicious options when it comes to jumping on the keto diet. I'll actually go ahead and toss some channels down in the description box below as well. Ketogenic is absolutely amazing for their recipes. I actually turned one of my friends into them, and they've been watching them nonstop and coming up with all of these creative recipes and all that kind of stuff. My personal favorite is, I believe it's Keto Kayla, or Kayla Keto, and she's kind of going on this weight loss journey, so you can kind of see her meal preps, all of that kind of stuff, and just kind of join her along the ride of losing weight. So that's always fun. But those are definitely some of the ones that I like going to. There's Primal Edge Health. He is, you know how I'm a little bit of a bitch on Warframe because I just basically speak my mind? He is the realest ketogenic channel that I watch. He's absolutely no bullshit, just gets straight to the point, like gives you all of the information and doesn't fuck around with any of the unnecessary static that's on the internet. Because, you know, you get weird comments, you get people saying one thing, people saying another thing. He was like, let's cut the bullshit and let's get down to business and defeat the Huns. All right, so that about does it for this episode or video. I don't really know exactly what to call this, but I just wanted to address some of you guys' questions out there because I know that it can be kind of weird just searching it up on the internet and have a stranger telling you what their experience is. And also be aware that, you know, I'm not a doctor or anything. I don't know all of the crazy terminologies that are out there. I'm not even counting all of my macros legitimately. I'm just doing what is currently working for my body, and my body is very, very happy right now. So I'm like, okay, your body's feeling good. I'm listening to it. It's responding. I'm like, you and me are friends again, body. So I just wanted to go ahead and give you some insight onto what the ketogenic diet is for me. If you guys have any more questions, just go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. If I don't know the answers, I'll do my best to go ahead and guide you to the people that are. But one of the things that I'm very, very curious about is I want you guys to let me know if you want me to cover more keto stuff here. Maybe I'll do some more lifestyle, maybe I'll be more active on this channel, but if you really want me to do something here, go ahead, leave a thumbs up, leave a comment. Let me know if this is something that you want to be a part of. Oh, people just blowing my shit up. Okay. But also let me know if you want to do that no foods review, or maybe if you want me to go ahead and kind of do reviews on other like ketogenic friendly brands out there. Toss that all in the comment section below, and as always, this is gonna feel so weird doing it so close, but love somebody, hurt nobody, and touch your body with delicious food. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!